to the sunset.
The sunset.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're like an hour late for this live. Our gimbal just died, but nonetheless, we're finally at Sand Hollow. And
I did not know it was going to be this big, so this weekend's going to be huge.
Just wanted to kind of scope things out. We plan on coming back, so let me tell you a little bit what's going on. We are at Sand Hollow State Park, and UTV Takeover 2022 is happening right now. We're on a pretty quiet side of this park. We're on let me flip this camera around. We are on the very back side of the lake, so it's not a whole lot that's happening there. There's some people flying by in UTVs, but the event is over there. And we wanted to kind of just do a recon run, drive through the area, and just kind of give you guys a rough idea of what this event is going to look like. We plan on coming back throughout the entire weekend to give you guys some live coverage. I had a loud exhaust. Give you guys some live coverage, and we plan on publishing an actual video. So I'll drive and I'll have Michon just give you guys a recon run. Let me turn this down so it's not blowing right into the microphone. Here. So every single year during fall, local UTV enthusiasts put on this massive event, and you might hear Oksana in the back. This place is incredible. First of all, if you have never been here, Sand Hollow is crystal clear, and over a period of probably the last 2 months, the water has been suspiciously low. Now,
Suspiciously?
This makes sense. If you turn the camera around, take a look at this. None of this camping used to be here, and they're actually putting in a ton of campsites and some amenities and bathrooms. So I'm not entirely sure how I personally feel about this. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, those of you that are local, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I feel like this helps us be more equipped for events like this, because people from all over the world are coming down for Trail Hero. They're coming down for UTV Takeover, and I feel like this year it's bigger than it's ever been. Mm-hmm. But as a local, I don't know.
If they didn't fill up, if they didn't let the water get that low, they wouldn't have been able to accommodate this many people.
They wouldn't be able to accommodate it. So usually the water comes up to, like, some of those RVs would have been underwater. Mm-hmm. Like, not these ones, but the ones that are closer to the water. The water would typically come up pretty high. Now, this is a man-made lake. It's a man-made reservoir, so
they control the water.
They control the water, and they could lower the levels. And I feel like they've lowered it for this event, and I think they will probably spend some time to clean it up. And then at the end of this month, the last few days, the lake will actually be closed, so you wouldn't be able to even come to the lake if you wanted to, because I think they're going to readjust all of the docks and all of the boat landing areas to go back up to normal water levels. There's all sorts of camping. People came from all over the place with the coolest rigs, and we will we'll go over the entire event for the entire calendar for this event to give you guys an idea on what to expect. But usually there's side-by-side races. There's some rock crawling events. They will have the Huck with some pretty impressive jumps. I think last year record was like 180 feet of air. Don't quote me on this. I'm going to have to look it up, but I think it was like 180 plus. Like, a couple of these guys were flying pretty far, and we've captured the El Macbeth crash. That was, fortunately, he was okay, but it was pretty wild. And if you show these folks, that's the beach. That's where most of that action will be taking place. There is a massive vendor row. So last year and the years before, none of this was even here. Like, people couldn't even camp out in this area, but local officials had designated more of this area for camping, and it's kind of cool because this is growing into a way bigger event than it ever has been. It's bringing people from all over the place to appreciate the beauty of southern Utah. Up there on the left is the vendor row. They will have some modified and stock car drag racing. Lots of porta potties right here in a shot. Mm-hmm. And people are bringing some of the craziest rigs. And they plan on doing all sorts of organized group rides. By the way, if you want to see some better coverage of the event, I know that Ryan with Off Camber, I'll link his channel in the description below this video. I know that Ryan is doing some great coverage for some of the rock crawling events. We plan on bringing our Can-Am out and giving you guys some more coverage from the trails and just all these cool events that are going on all around. I think if we look right over to the right, yeah, that's the jump. They're setting up the jump for the bulldozer. And right up here on the left, we're coming up on the vendor row. How cool is that? They're like literally vendors from...
Look at these jumps.
All over. Well, I think the jumps are actually on the other side of this hill. They're going to like jump parallel to the lake, maybe. I don't know. Last year they accelerated from across, but you know the landscape of this event can still change quite a bit. One of the other things that I really enjoy, I smell food. There are food vendors here too.
I smell food.
People have the coolest really flags on their machines, and a lot of them are, you know, strongly in support of the decision of 81 million Americans. I'll leave it at that. Title of this video, as you guys had guessed, I mean, this is a real estate channel, and if it's your first time here, if you're tuning in for the first time to our channel and you're seeing this for the very first time, we talk about all things southern Utah, like working, living, and playing here. So we'll provide the full coverage of this UTV event, but also, after all, it is a real estate channel. So if you're watching this and you're thinking about relocating to this incredible area, there are currently over 250 listings available on our real estate market just in Hurricane. Spelled Hurricane. Oksana is joining in. Apologize for that. But pronounced Hurricane. A little bit of a country spin on it. I guess that's what it is locally. How are you, brother?
Oh, hey!
How long are you guys staying? I might come back. I'll call you. Sorry, we just ran into some friends. Anyway, where was I? We're talking about houses. We're talking about the housing situation right here, right now. So, no surprise that we're starting to see decline in home prices, but I feel like if you were thinking about relocating to this area, maybe you just came here for this event and you fell in love with all of this, because how could you not? And all the people are so friendly. All the people that are managing this event, normally like you get like a DMV-like experience, but these folks are top-notch, including our local DMV. Our DMV is actually great too. So if you're thinking about relocating into this area, about a year ago, you know, even 6 months ago, some of the home prices were absolutely disgustingly unattainable because the financing was readily available. And we plan on... Huh?
I'm going to check on it.
We... sorry, kind of tough to make a point. We plan on doing a more in-depth video that compares now versus then. One of our partners in lending had provided us with a calculator, and you would actually be surprised how much better it is to purchase a home now versus a few months ago. And I apologize, it's probably horrible to even listen to this because of the crying baby in the background. Oksana was sleeping most of the day, but she's now just waking up. Michon's getting this situation under control. How are you guys doing back there?
It's okay. Oh, I turned my mic off for a sec. She's good. I'm gonna grab her binky real quick.
Okay. We're getting that under control. The binky is getting handed. I'm just gonna turn this camera around. Take a look at this. Pine Valley Mountain always looks incredible as the sun sets, and the water levels are super low. But I will leave you guys on this note. There are over 250 listings just in this incredible area in Hurricane, Utah. So this is the surrounding area within, like, what would you say, the radius of about maybe 3 miles around this lake. That's still all Hurricane. There's a neighborhood right by this lake, like 2 minutes away. It's called Dixie Springs. Majority of the homes have RV garages, and it's absolutely beautiful. If you're into this sort of thing, like if you're here for this event for the UTV Takeover, chances are you have plenty of toys to play in the dirt. Maybe you have a boat, a couple of bikes, a side-by-side, motorcycles. It is the place to be. And there are over 25 listings right now that have RV garages, and the prices average, like median price for a home with an RV garage is right between $280 and $300 per square foot right now. So it's become a lot more affordable. And if you're looking just hurricane proper, like that entire area,
Hurricane.
if you're looking at this entire area and like don't necessarily care about an RV garage, there are some prices that are starting as low as $160 per square foot. If you're interested, I linked in the description below this live stream. You can browse all of the active listings that are currently available in the market right now. I have a feeling the quality of audio is going to continue to deteriorate. We got a 10 to Oksana. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next live stream tomorrow, and we will have a full video of live coverage of this event.
Hey, my goodness.